What's going on YouTube? It's your boy kevOzilla back with another video, guys. In this video, I'm going to be going over the absolute best Apex Legends game pack to be using, hands down. All right, don't use nor the script nor the game pack, but this pro game pack. All right, this one beats everything. Trust me, I'm 110% positive. All right, this game pack has a very good weapon AI detection. Trust me, I'll get to it for all those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. All right. I got the Zen and Strikepack right here. Obviously, Zen Studios is on the left. All right, Mod Pass for Strikepack is on the right. It's the same exact copy and pasted game pack. I covered this like recently. I mean, not recently, but like way back when. All right, and it's still the case. It's still the same game pack, still the same best game pack to use. But I'm gonna go more in depth and I'm gonna bring you guys information and must-have settings that Collective Mind says to have in order to get you going in the right direction and make sure that all the mods are working correctly with you. Right, I'm on console. You can still follow along regardless. Strikepack, Zen, console, PC, whatever have you. You can still follow along. All right. So let's go. The game pack I'm talking about today is the Apex Royale game pack. You can see it's available for both Strikepack and Cronus Zen. It is right here. All right. Alphabetical order on the Zen. Right here, Apex Royale Pro. Then you know it as a pro game pack. I have it in my second slot right here. Boom. All right. Now on the Strikepack, I have it in my second slot as well. Apex Royale. You can see the version 1.6.1 right here. Click the gears. Boom. Let's go straight into it. Now, for both devices, it's the same exact game pack. The same exact copy and pasted game pack. All right, so all the orange, you're going to want to match your in-game settings with the game pack. Everybody has their own in-game settings. It's very important that you just pretty much copy and paste your exact in-game settings, all right? There's a few things that's different between, game packs with the Zen and Strikepack. I'll get to that in a second, all right? But right here, my sensitivity is 4.4. I feel comfortable with this game at a 4.4. And I wanted to say this. Guys, let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to start bringing a lot more Apex Legends videos like gameplay and stuff like that. I know as of right now, like Warzone 2 and like COD right now in general, as far as Modern Warfare 2, is being detected right now. The Cronus Zen and Strikepack people are being banned. Your boy is still banned. I'm still temporarily banned. It changed to like 300 something days. I think that's like the max, like 40 days, whatever have you. Been about a month. All right, so I'm gonna wait and see what happens, but I'm still bringing you guys videos using my homeboy's account. So by the way, I got another COD video values for you guys later on today after this video should be up. All right, but anywho, let me know if you guys want me to start bringing like gameplay and stuff like that with Apex Legends. All right, so like I said, I play 4.4 sensitivity. All right, match all your in-game settings with all of the orange. Okay, now you guys see right here. Okay, on the Strikepack, you have like multiple featured legends. Here on the Zen, it looks like you only have one right here. All right, you're able to, I guess, easily swap between them or whatever on the Strikepack. But anywho, a lot of people don't really care about this having the featured legend. All right, but the reason why Collective Minds has this here is because, like I said, a lot of people don't really care. But for those of you who do, Collective Minds says that to make sure whatever legend you are currently using or plan on using, you have it set up here. All right. For the reason being is that certain mods, not all mods, but certain mods may interfere with like their abilities and stuff like that, like the moves and all that jazz. You just want to make sure that you have the legend set there. It's like that mods doesn't mess up on you and nothing interferes. That's the reason why Collective Minds has them. But I still don't know why they haven't just implemented this, because it looks like here they have multiple here, but on the Zen you can only have one. Which I don't know. I guess that's one of the differences. Right here you can have 4. Here you can only have 1, but you really don't need 4. That's like overkill. You could just have like your favorite 1 and just set it there and leave it. But hey, choice is totally up to you. Strikepack, you have 4. Here you can just set it to 1. But like I said, a lot of people don't even worry about this. A lot of people don't even really care about setting their feature legend there. But let's move on. Enough about that. Let's move on. All right, these are all for the Elite controllers. All right, Xbox Elite controller, or if you have the Zen back button attachments. All right, I'm gonna skip over that. I'm gonna get to global mods. All right. Now I'm gonna get to paddle mods here on the right. All right, your boy, I rock the Dominator, not the Eliminator. Strikepack, the Eliminator has 4 buttons. The Dominator has the 2 paddles. All right, so paddle button number 1 is gonna be the left paddle. Paddle button number 2 is gonna be the right. All right, you can have like certain mods set up to the paddles. Me personally, I leave these both disabled. I like to just map my paddles to whatever button I need. Like my right is X and the left is circle, yada yada, stuff like that. Or you can just, like I said, you can have certain mods. Say like drop shot, hop slide, slide 180, which slides and turns around, I guess, and certain mods associated to that paddle. But me personally, I just leave them both disabled. All right. Then you have the other 2 for the Eliminator. Let's go to global mods. You have BR and RM. That's going to stand for Block, Rumble, and Rapid Melee. Just have them both on if you wish. Hair triggers, both triggers. Okay, those are like having physical trigger stops on your L2 and R2, but Here we have a digital, which is pretty dope. Active aim mod. I like to set this on aim assist as active aim mod. All right, 15 intensity. That's what Collective Minds recommends leaving it at. And my shot mod, I absolutely do not enjoy having anything associated when I fire. When I'm shooting, I don't like nothing interfering. You can have like whatever, you can have aim assist as well, ping shot, any of these. But no, while I'm shooting, I just like to have nothing active while I'm shooting. That's just me. It makes it easier to beam people and stuff like that. Let's go to anti-recoil mode. Standard default quick edit is going to be the best. Pretty much beam on a wall, shooting at an enemy, you're going to get a bit amount of recoil. All right, precision is going to be a beam while hitting your target, but missed shots, you're going to be just down bad. Trust me. Especially from a distance, you're going to be missing a lot more shots than you are actually hitting your target. Trust me. So standard default is the way to go. And dynamic is just, you get both of them, but it's weird because if you press down on R2, like a certain distance, you're going to get one. And then if you fully press, you get the other. It's kind of, it's not the vibes for me. All right. Weapon swap here. This is kind of sort of important because I know when it comes to Apex, a lot of people tend to have like, two weapons and want to have a beam for each one. All right. So I got you guys with making it easier with automatic weapon swap. All right. You also have manual, which you can manually swap between web profiles by pressing and holding touchpad and pressing triangle for primary or circle for secondary. But in this video, I'm going to go over automatic. All right, boom, automatic. Now, weapon select mode. Here, you don't see it on the Strikepack, but it is in there. It's implemented. I don't know why they don't have it here as well showing, but it's already part of the Gamepack. On the Zen, you have to just make sure you're on detect weapon AI, okay? And let me just double check, make sure I went over everything because the rest is just weapon profiles. You have 4 weapon profiles, right? We're pretty much like loadouts. Think of it like loadouts, each with primary, secondary, each with their own anti-recoil value. So vertical, horizontal. Let me just go back up and just slowly just make sure I covered everything for you guys before I actually jump into a game. All right, let's see. Yeah, these are the featured legends, active featured legend. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and then here you just match all your in-game settings. All right, so pretty much like I said, it's a copy and paste the Gamepack. Boom, boom. Save. All right, boom. Just make sure you save. On the Zen, click close. And then on the left side, click that little small play button to save. And now I'm going to show you guys Collective Minds mandatory settings that they require you to set in game. All right, guys. So here we are. What you're looking at here is the actual manual to the Gamepack on ModPass. Now, it's the same exact manual you're going to find for the Cronus Zen, all right? The manual for the Gamepack is pretty much the same as that Gamepack. It's copy and pasted. All right, I showed you guys before how to go about finding where the Gamepack is. All right, when you click the gears and you're on the Gamepack settings on ModPass, you see at the top it says open manual or something like that. You'll see it, you click that, and then it'll bring you to this. On the Zen side of things, when you open up the Gamepack and you're navigating through the Gamepack settings, at the bottom left, it'll show like a little paper and a little yellow question mark. You click that, or a little yellow icon. You click that and it's going to open up this right here. But I'll still leave this link, all right, to this right here, what you're looking at here in the description below to make you guys' lives a lot easier. You can just go down there, click it, and you'll find this, all right? This is the complete manual, all right? Step by step, everything, tutorial, the settings, everything you need to know by Collective Minds, all right? But I got to show you this part because it's very important, all right? They have what's called known in-game setting requirements. This is required in-game settings that you must have that Collective Minds says you got to set, okay? Now, with that being said, me and other people have, steered clear of a few of their requirements because some of their requirements, may not be the best settings or the best go-to, especially for like the requirements for like COD and Warzone, stuff like that, like the tap to reload and all that jazz. I know some people use prioritize reload, prioritize something like that, prioritize interact, one of those. All right, so everyone's different, but they do have requirements, okay? Now, with that being said, if you go ahead and, don't listen to the requirements, you don't follow the requirements, and you run your own settings, then you're going to have to, always find your own values, do your own testing, yada, yada. You can't just copy everybody else's, minds or somebody else's settings or values and think they're going to work because you're going completely against their in-game requirements, all right? I just want to make that known, make that clear. I'm not saying that you're not going to find good beams and stuff like that, moving away from their requirements, using your own settings. But they do have requirements because they do all their testings with these exact settings. Everything pretty much standard default, right? The way they go about testing. So that's what they bring to us, and that's their requirements, right? With that being said, here we go. And me personally, I'm following the requirements for Apex Legends because I'm new still to the game. I know it's been out since forever, but I'm new. I haven't really been playing that much, even though I will start if you guys want me to. But anywho, number 1, vibration has to be on. Of course, that's a no-brainer. That's regardless. That's any single game. If you're using the Cronus Zen Strikepack, that's any game. Vibration has to be on. Right? If you're running Gamepack, scripts, whatever, vibration has to be on. It's a no-brainer. Right? Next, ADS sensitivity 7 or lower. Okay, has to be 7 or lower. I run 4/4. Right? Has to be 7 or lower. Number 3, custom look controls has to be off. Number 4, interact/reload button, tap to reload. See, this is what I was talking about. It has to be on tap to reload. All right. I know not everyone plays on this, but it is what it is. This is their requirements. Again, that doesn't mean you have to have these settings. Again, if you're rocking your own stuff, you're going to have to, go on your own journey, find your own values, find what works for you. Look dead zone, small. Number 6, per optic ADS sensitivity on. Number 7, all right, 1 times to 10 times, all right, has to go along with this. See, this is on. And then right here, you got to set it to the same sensitivity value, all right? So right here, 7 or lower, I run 4/4. So I'm going to show you my in-game settings, all right? But 4/4, all right, it's still lower than 7. And then here, 1 through 10, you got to set them all the same, all right? They're telling you to set it the same. So 4/4, everything. It's going to be 4/4/4/4/4, all right, for me. For you, whatever number, but it still has to be less than 7. That's what they're saying right here. Number 8, response curve, classic. Number 9, weapon auto cycle on enemy, off. And 10, trigger dead zones, default. All right, there you go. These are their known requirements. And then plus, you already know you got to match your in-game settings with the Gamepack, all the orange, right? Once you got all that situated, then you should be good to go. No issues, no problems. You can follow along with the rest of the video. All right, so let's go. First things first, Zen. All right. Let's go ahead and slide down here. So I'm not going to show you everything, that this Gamepack has to offer, just the main goodies. I showed you guys the aim assist I prefer. All right. And they recommend a 15, 15 value, 15 intensity. All right. And I don't really like anything affecting while I'm firing. Even in COD, it's the same way. But to each their own, you can also have aim assist kick in while firing your weapon. Choice is totally up to you, but I'm just showing you guys like my recommended settings. All right. Now, one question I was getting from a lot of you guys is how you go about setting up or making a beam using weapon AI if you have a primary, secondary, if you have 2 weapons, okay? Well, let's get into the Gamepack. Press hold, touchpad, press hold options. I showed you guys in the beginning, all right, but navigate, L1 and R1. You go over to, where are you? Not past it. You go over to right here, weapon swap mode, right? You need this to be on automatic, all right? You can rock manual, but on manual, you have to manually press and hold touchpad and press triangle for your primary, circle for your secondary. Automatic means that when you press triangle, check it out. You see that? How it automatically swaps between my primary and secondary and loadout 1. You can see that at the end, loadout 1 sec and then pry. Well, for primary, secondary, you see that? Just with the press of the button when you press triangle. So let's say, for example, I got the R301, okay? And then let me press triangle, okay? And then let's say I got the R99 SMG, okay? As you can see, I got 2 weapons, boom, boom. As you can see, primary, secondary is still swapping. All right, I'm on the 301. Let's just activate weapon AI for right now. No attachments, no anything. All right, the way you go about enabling weapon AI, you press and hold touchpad and press and hold R1. You're going to get an animation of shoot reload. Sometimes it does shoot reload shoot. Sometimes it doesn't. All right, now let's just see. If it picks it up right away, it's just going to just shoot and then reload. Is not going to show nothing else. It's just going to go straight to the weapon. All right, so again, R301, press and hold touchpad, press and hold R1. There we go. See that? Nothing else. Boom, because it picked it up. Now, that's loadout 1 primary weapon. You see that? Now, if I go ahead and press triangle, look what happens. See, it's also my secondary, but it's on regular fire. That's another on my profile. Regular fire, it's just regular fire, the in-game regular fire. You're going to have regular recoil. All right, now let's activate weapon AI so it could pick up the R99. Same thing. Press and hold touchpad, press and hold R1. All right, boom. Now, if I press triangle to weapon swap, you can see 301, 99. There we go. And then they're both going to be a laser. See, swaps the second one. There you go. See that? Complete laser beams. All right, just got to make sure you're in a nice quiet area. All right, away from any type of vibrations, explosions, being shot at whatsoever. All right, that's how you go about. And I want to say this. I don't want to go too into attachments and stuff like that, but certain attachments does matter. All right, certain attachments will like interfere with it. So let's just go ahead and just pick up like just random attachments, whatever. I'll do the same thing for the 99. All right, just whatever. Just I'm going crazy with it. Just for the sake of the video, just to explain to you guys. All right. Now let's see. No, actually, Let me go ahead. Yeah, perfect. All right, for example, this scope, this is exactly what I wanted. All right, so the 301, I'm on the 301. Now, obviously, you see, you could zoom in 2 times, 4 times, right? Now, if you right here on the 2x, 2 times, still going to be a beam, okay? But it's going to affect you if you have to zoom in. See, any type of optic that allows you to zoom in is going to give you recoil, obviously, because your field of view is changing and whatever have you. So expect that, right? You can like adjust for each individual web profile, you know, like kind of like on COD for your loadouts. You have 4 of them. So you can adjust, right? The way you adjust, you press and hold touchpad, press and hold R3, control vibrates. So up, down, left, right. And then you're able to completely control using the D-pad buttons up, down, left, right. You know, depending where the recoil is going, then you press and hold R3 and you'll be able to make a beam. All right. The only thing is that, again, with this game is obviously Apex is not COD. So it's completely RNG. When you drop in, you know, you find certain attachment, you pick up, you get what you get. All right. So my advice to you guys, just use Weapon AI and just most of the time you're going to be using it like this anyway. I mean, unless you're the type that loves this optic and loves to zoom in, but that's for another video. I could go on and go really in depth, all right, with this Gamepack, but I wanted to give you guys the basics because a lot of you guys still questioning and have a confusion around Weapon AI, but this is the basics around Weapon AI. So just make sure you got the weapon in the right web profile. So for example, right here, see the R301 is in my primary weapon slot in loadout 1. And then when I press triangle, it swaps to my secondary. See, R99, there we go. And then make sure you're in a quiet area away from any type of explosions, anything that's going to make you control vibrate and activate Weapon AI. Again, be careful because, you know, optics is going to matter in certain attachments. Just always double check. And if it fails, if Weapon AI ever fails on you, just go somewhere else and activate it again by pressing and holding touchpad and pressing and holding pressing holding R1. There we go. You saw that message that just popped up telling me to make sure yada yada. All right, but there you go. All right, sometimes it does fail on you. Just make sure you're doing it correctly, no matter if it's your secondary or your primary. Press hold touchpad, press hold R1. All right. Now let's say, for example, you guys want to work on another loadout, a second loadout. You see, I'm already on there, but the way you go about, you press the hold touchpad and press L2, and there you have it. You see, I'm swapping between loadouts 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's go to 2. Now, as you can see, my primary and secondary is both on regular fire because I'm going to enable Weapon AI on 2 more weapons for a new primary secondary. So for a new loadout. So let's go with the Spitfire, okay? And then let's go to another weapon. Let's say just randomly. Let's go with the car. I think car, whatever. Let's go with the car, okay? Can't grab any more ammo. All right. Always make sure you have plenty enough ammo for Weapon AI to activate. All right, so let's go ahead and let's drop. Yeah, I got tons of this. All right, so always make sure you have enough ammo because it is going to shoot and reload. So it has to complete that process. Just make sure. All right, let's start with the primary. All right, which is going to be a Spitfire. Press the old touchpad. Press the old R1. All right, Spitfire. There we go. Now, it's going to be touchpad and R1 because I'm on PlayStation. I believe on Xbox it's going to be view instead of the touchpad. All right, so view. All right, every time I say touchpad, normally when it comes to the mods in these game packs, instead of touchpad, it's the view button. I believe that's what it's called on Xbox. All right, check it out. Beam. There you go. All right, no matter distance, still gonna be a beam. All right, but don't forget when shooting at a player, you're gonna get a bit of recoil, but if you land your shots, you'll be able to kill them. See that? Still a beam, especially with aim assist kicking in. It's going to be pretty strong. All right, you'll be all right. Now, if you press triangle to go to your secondary, you see it says regular fire, but press and hold touchpad, press and hold R1. Boom, there you go. Check it out. See that? Still gonna bounce around because it's the car, of course, but beam. See, beams all day. Even at very long ranges, see that? I'm not controlling nothing. I'm not controlling the analog sticks or anything. And then there you have it. Loadout 2 is complete. So as you can see, loadout 1, still the R301 and the R99, and then Spitfire, and the car is my second loadout, and then I can do a third and fourth. See, that's how you go about. Simple. Now for the Strikepack, obviously it's the same game pack. It's going to be the same button pressing and sequences, all that same mods. The only thing is that there's no LED screen on the Strikepack. But we're going to have to focus on the lights that's on top of the Strikepack. There's 4 on the left, 4 on the right. The blue lights, you guys already know. you know, the ones that show the game packs. Now we're gonna have to focus on those when swapping and switching between loadouts. All right. And by the way, before I swap over to show you guys the strike pack, in case you're in a situation where you need to deactivate like the game pack in general, like you don't want to use no mods or anything, press and hold touchpad and press square. You see that? That's going to disable the entire game pack. All right. Now, if you press the hold touchpad and press X, that's just going to disable the weapon profiles. You see that? Now it's back to regular fire. See that? It says disabled. All right. That means that you're going to have recoil. All right. No matter what weapon you have. See that? Unless you press triangle again. You see that? But to disable everything, press the hold touchpad and press X, and then see, that's just to disable the weapon profiles. But you can easily go back to them, press the hold touchpad and press triangle for your primary or circle for your secondary. All right. But normally, like if you need to like be doing something or you don't want to use any mods at the moment, quickly touchpad and square. There you go. Simple. Same thing on the strike pack. It's the same exact button pressing. All right, guys. Now that I got the strike pack in my hand, same exact weapons. All right, Spitfire and car. All right, let's get into the game pack. All right, back of the strike pack. Press and hold the small left black button. Back strike pack. Then press the right paddle. I gotta press it twice because my Apex game pack is in my second slot. All right. Once you let them go, you're gonna notice that the first LED light is on top of the strike pack. That's indicating your primary weapon in your first loadout. See, the light is green. When I press triangle, it turns red. Then it swaps to my secondary. You see that? Automatic weapon swap. Look what happens on top of the strike pack when I press triangle to swap to my secondary. The second light turns on, right, indicating my secondary in loadout 1. If I press triangle, it goes back to the left one, right? So you have 4 LED lights on here and 4 LED lights on the right side, right? So 2 loadouts on the left, 2 loadouts on the right, indicating 4 loadouts. Primary, secondary, primary, secondary, primary, secondary, primary, secondary. Sounds kind of confusing, but trust me, once you use this bad boy a few games, you're going to be hooked. You're going to be all right. All right. Now, the way you go about swapping between the loadouts is the same way that I showed you on the Zen. You press the hold touchpad and press L2. You see that? I just pressed it once, and then the third LED light is lit. That's my loadout. That's my primary weapon in my loadout 2, loadout 3, loadout 4, then back to loadout 1. See that? Primary, secondary, primary, secondary, primary, secondary, primary. You guys get it, right? I hope you guys get it. All right. Now, if you ever, mix up your web profiles and you want to go back to your primary, secondary, just press the hold touchpad, press triangle for your primary or circle for your secondary. All right. And then the same thing, like I showed you before, X is going to disable web profiles. Triangle is going to completely disable the whole entire game pack. All right. And let's just go back to my primary weapon. Now, enabling weapon AI is a bit different with the straight pack. Instead of R1, you're going to hold R2. So press and hold touchpad and press and hold R2. Well, make sure that doesn't pop up, right? So you got to be kind of quick. All right, don't wait too long because that's what happens. It's going to just pop up either that or that's going to pop up. So just press and hold touchpad, press and hold R2 like this. There you go. See? It's going to shoot, reload, shoot. All right, and then you should be good to go. Reload to get your ammo that you missed. All right, and if you ADS, just test out the recoil. See that? It's a beam. There you go. Now, there's no way to be looking at, see what weapon it picked up, yada, yada, because there's no LED screen. It's not going to show us. The way you go about, you will have to plug back in your Strikepack to your PC, open up Mod Central, from My Pass, go to the game pack, scroll down, and you will see the weapon that you activate, weapon AI, in that particular loadout, in that particular web profile, all right? I know it sounds kind of confusing, but trust me, it's all the same thing all around Zen and Strikepack. Now, same thing, press triangle to go to your secondary, all right? Now, do the same thing. Touchpad and R2 to activate weapon AI for the car. Boom. It's going to shoot, reload, shoot, let it do its thing, all right? Sometimes it's not going to shoot again, not all the time. Sometimes it will even fail. If it fails, just do it again. Go somewhere else and do it again, all right? Always test. Shoot at a wall, see if you have no recoil whatsoever. See, there you go. Boom. Sometimes, like I said, you can do it again 2-3 times just to really make sure it picks up. All right, sometimes it fails. Sometimes it'll just pick up quick. All right, there you go. You see that? Boom. And then press triangle, goes back to the Spitfire. Spitfire is a beam. You guys see that? And then you can do the same thing for the rest of the loadouts. Press and hold touchpad, all right? Then press L2. Boom. Make sure on top of your strike pack, you are on the third light, indicating your loadout 2 for primary weapon. Then you will pick 2 more weapons, boom, boom, like I showed you before on the Zen, and do the same thing for your primary and secondary slot. All right, when you press triangle, you can see, boom, see? Primary, secondary, primary, secondary. There you go. And then you can always just swap back. All right, with the Strikepack, it's all about, brain meats. It's all about remembering more than just looking at an LED screen. Because on the Zen, you have the luxury of just looking on the screen. With the Strikepack, you got to use your brain meats. You got to remember a lot of this stuff, right? So I don't want the video to be too long. I could go ahead and explain a lot more, going in details, in depth with this game pack, but in due time, just let me get used to this game and run a couple of games, yada yada. So let me know in the comment section down below if that's something you guys are interested in. But like I said, it's the same as that game pack on the Strikepack and Zen. Just follow directions. I follow what Collector Mind says, their requirements, yada yada. If it's really bothersome to you that you really can't follow like one or two of their settings, then go ahead. But again, then if you do that, you're completely on your own. You're gonna have to like find your own values, or if you're rocking with Weapon AI, just make sure that you at least got all your settings matched up in game to the game pack. All right, and that's it. Simple as always. Take care, everyone. Till next time.